Hey guys, this is my 1992 Toyota 4Runner that I just bought from my Uncle Randy, and right now it doesn't run. It's been sitting for a few years, it cranks, but it doesn't run. In this series, we're gonna put in some elbow grease, we're gonna work on this thing and get it running and driving on the road, and with your help, we're gonna turn it into an off-road beast. So let's go ahead, let's jump into it. So the first issue that had to be tackled was the starter. My Uncle Randy told me that when he parked it last and tried to drive it again, the starter clicked and there was no crank whatsoever. So after locating where the starter was, I jacked up the truck, put it on jack stands, took off the tire, and got to work. Got the tire off, starter's in there. Let's get it replaced, baby. Let's go. Pretty excited about this project, you guys. I haven't worked on a car or truck this old in a really long time, so it's kind of a wake-up call for how much of a blessing it is to work on a 12-year-old truck versus a 34-year-old truck. So anyway, I hope it runs. Let's do it. If any of you have ever worked on an older vehicle, you know that oil and grease and whatnot are all kind of caked in these tight spaces. So by the time I had got the old starter yanked out of here, my arms and my legs, my hands, all of it was just covered in old oil and grease and whatnot that had caked up over the years. And that's totally okay, because if you're not covered in grease or oil by the end of your project, or you even wrenching, anyway, with the old starter out of there and the new one in, we decided to give it a try, and we got some good news, but also some bad news. Now, with the engine actually cranking over and the starter working, it was time to diagnose those key elements that you need when it comes to running an engine. We decided to diagnose spark with some starter fluid. Okay, ready?
Go ahead. Keep going.
As you can see, the engine wanted to run. We knew we had spark because if we didn't, the engine wouldn't do anything when we're spraying this stuff in here. So we were pretty sure that spark wasn't our issue. So we moved on to fuel. And I totally apologize for not filming this a little bit, but we cracked the fuel rail and the gas smelled disgusting. It was so nasty. I'd never smelled gas so bad in my life. So we knew that was bad and that gas had to get out of there. So I went to work. Rather than dropping the tank, which is just a pain in the butt. If anybody has ever dropped a gas tank before with all the things in the way, in the dirt, on the backyard, you know how difficult that would be. I decided to go a different route and cut a hole in my back seat. Roast me in the comments all you want, but I have a fix for this in the future, so stay tuned. But with this hole in the back seat, I now have access to the old fuel pump. Now we can go replacing our fuel pump. Ripping the old fuel pump out of there, it was pretty easy to see why this thing was not getting the fuel that it needed to get this thing running again. It was disgusting.
Yeah, that's gross. We'll tip that down so you can see all the gunk and crap on there.
Ooh. All right, that's good. I mean, plenty of varnished gas, rust, whatever you can see on this thing, it was pretty bad. Inside the tank wasn't the worst, so we were just gonna run with it. Sure, it had a little bit of rust in there, and I couldn't get quite a good enough angle to film it, but I was pretty confident that with my Walmart sucker upper tool, this cool siphon that I found at Walmart, you can see I was able to suck out all the old gas and rust and bits that were chalked up down at the bottom of the tank, which made me feel really, really good about the process so far. With the old gas out of there and the old fuel pump out of there, I went ahead and installed a new one. I put a few gallons of gas in there, fresh gas that I'd got that day, as well as a little bit of treatment for the injectors. And we'll talk about the injectors here in a little bit. Then it was onto the fuel filter. So this truck actually has an external fuel filter on the outside of the truck mounted to part of the rail on the passenger side. And you can see in my first attempt, we did have a little bit of a gas leak. So I crawled back under here, and on the second attempt at cranking this thing over with new gas, new fuel pump, and new fuel filter, we were good to go. We didn't have any more gas leaks. And at It's at this moment that I was feeling pretty good. We were both feeling pretty good. The engine was cranking. It was starting to run and wanting to idle, but then it would just keep dying. We'd crank it, we'd manually give it some throttle, it would run, it would idle for a second, and then it would die. And honestly, that left us scratching our heads. So what do you guys think of the new project truck? It's a work in progress, and I know this video is just a little bit on the short side. I want to make these videos longer, but also kind of keep you in the journey real time as we're working on this thing, making it work and building it out. So here at the end of the video, I need 3 things from you guys. The first one being any suggestions from people who have done this before and have more experience than I do. This is the first project truck that I've ever owned that's never run. I've had a project car in the past and it ran, and I ran that thing into the ground. So I have a little bit of experience working on older cars and making them run and work and drivable, but any suggestions from you guys out there, leave them in the comments. I want to hear your knowledge. I want your help. Some things that I have in mind are stuck injectors, some sticky gummed up injectors, because that super old gas sitting in there could have gummed up the injectors. The fuel pressure regulator could be what's causing the issue of making it die after a little bit. There's not enough fuel. There's fuel pressure building up and then it goes out. These are just a few things that I've researched online, but please, any info that you have out there, any suggestions for me are totally welcome. And number 2, if you guys want to directly support bringing the 92 4Runner back from the dead, I've got a website where you can snag some awesome merch like this Save the 92 Runner t-shirt, as well as some awesome hats and stickers, all the good stuff. There's also a support link down below. You can buy me a coffee. It's a website where you can choose directly how much to send. Every dollar goes right back into that truck for parts, as well as making future videos and just better editing and video production for all my future videos. So seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much for all of your support. It truly means the world that you would take the time to be here, watch the videos, like the videos, and subscribe to the channel, showing that you care and that you support. It seriously means the world. It means a lot to me and my family. So thank you guys, and here's number 3. Lastly, what do you guys want to see out of this truck? I want to see some recommendations down below. If you guys have been following the channel, you know I love to go camping and off-road and use gear like this that fits my lifestyle and my family's lifestyle and make the truck last for at least a few adventures, right? So I think my plans for it, obviously we got to get it running and driving down the road. That's step 1. That's the first thing, right? And then the next kind of phase in this truck's plan, I think, is to be able to make it go off-road comfortably and make it capable to go down some crazy trails if I need to or feel like it, or you guys want to see that. So the plans for the truck are kind of up in the air, up to you guys and what's going to work for the channel and for me and my family. Should we solid axle swap it? Should we put a long travel suspension in it? Which honestly, that's kind of the way I'm leaning, because I've never messed with solid axles, but that's what you guys want to see. That's what we'll do, and I think it'll be fun either way. So seriously, truly, honestly, guys, thank you so much for being here, tagging along with this journey. This is only episode 1. We've got a lot more coming on this project, so be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.